Hello and welcome to the Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we are in fact reviewing,
Twin Peaks.
yep, episode 5, The Return, part 5. See, I was thinking this was like, I was thinking to myself, this episode was sick. For like, the first 10 minutes was real sick, and then it kind of, I guess, gradually got worse. But I mean, the start of it was kind of sick, and I'll tell you why. Because there's the whole mystery thing. I mean, you had the autopsy, and they're rifling through it, and they're like, "Oh, what'd you find?" And then they pulled pulled the ring out, and it's like, "Oh, there's an inscription on it to Dougie from Janey." That whole family has stupid names, but I mean, that's what got me hyped because I was thinking, "Oh,
Here's what I'm confused by. So Dougie was like the Carl McLaughlin guy that at least we thought, right?
yeah."
One of them. But isn't that, unless I'm wrong, isn't that the body they found with the in the apartment with the woman's head attached to it?
What, the body on the table with the ring in
Yeah.
it? Yeah, that was the one they found, but I don't think it's Dougie's
So
because it's too fat. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe because remember when he was like, when they kind of had Dougie in the Black Lodge, and then they said something about him being a trick or something like that. I was
mhm.
thinking, oh, maybe because that's what I thought when I saw the body and they pulled the ring out. But then I thought, maybe not because it's too tubby. The body was way too tubby. So then I was thinking, well, maybe it was him because they're gonna get the police are obviously gonna be looking for this Dougie guy, and it's gonna lead them to him, who's like being real like suspicious and weird and stuff like that, and then they're going to be like, wait a minute, this is Agent Cooper, and then they're going to be like, wait a minute, that other one's Agent Cooper, and then all of a sudden it's going to kind of bring to everyone's attention that there's two of them. um, and then again, maybe it was him because well, is married with his wife, yeah, he's got a wife and a kid, yeah, he's going to see hookers.
Mhm.
So I mean, and he's got this big debt and people trying to kill him. So I mean, who knows what else he was up to?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm kind of glad they got back to the mystery because they kind of, it seemed like for the past couple of episodes they completely forgot about it. So I like that.
Yeah, but like I say, having not been overly familiar with the original show, I think that's its thing. It was the same with Laura Palmer, wasn't it? Like that's kind of the premise that brings it together, and then just kind of divulge or divert from it throughout it. They even did it within this episode. They brought it back to the body, yeah, for that first 10 minutes, whatever it was. But after that, again, it was back into the town and everywhere else of all these different people doing seemingly random things.
Well, yeah, because actually they had more attention on on actual Twin Peaks. I mean,
Hmm.
but before that, I mean, with Dougie or whatever, you had. I thought it was funny when she was like trying to ship him to work and stuff like that, and like she goes there. I think they're at the home, and she goes around to the car, and he kind of follows her, and she's like, "Get in the car," and then she's like, "Get out the car" later on and stuff like that, and he's just looking all sad and stuff like that. I was thinking to myself, you know what? He's not a bad actor because he does a real good sad face and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny, especially when he got into what was he like an insurance broker or something like that. When he got into his job and he was being ushered around, yeah, it was kind of funny. But I'm still at the same place I was in the last episode of. I hope they get him back to normal soon because I don't want to sit through an entire season with this.
Mm.
I suppose that the impact of that is lessened a bit with the fact that Colin McLaughlin plays. I mean, two other characters. One of them's dead. He definitely plays the evil version of him as well. So at least he's not. At least it's not the only thing he's doing in the show.
Mm. Trying to think. Yeah, one bit that kind of annoyed me is when he was sitting in the meeting or whatever, and like he calls the guy the liar, and then calls the guy, "Oh, you're a liar," and then he kind of doesn't say. And they're all like questioning him, like, "What do you mean?" And I was hoping he was gonna like say something or something like that, and he just sat there and said nothing. I was like, "Oh, that was kind of annoying." The whole, I guess, is kind of like a ladies' man, because when he was straining to go toilet, and like the like woman who let him into the ladies' toilet, she was gassed off him as well.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, he must have literally been getting girls left, right, and centre, which is good for him, I guess. You kind of had the other one in the prison. You kind of had him looking in the mirror. Then it was kind of flashback into him and Bob doing that doofy laughing stuff, and it was like, "Oh, you're still with me then?" So
Yeah, because isn't isn't the guy who played Bob dead? I think he died a while back. So it's like they can't bring the actor back
mm,
unless I'm seriously wrong. So I suppose that's a way of doing that as a way of still confirming that Bob is a character on the show, even though you can't have the actor who's to play him there.
yeah. I mean, in Twin Peaks, you had the sheriff thing. That woman assistant secretary is really annoying,
It's
and
hilarious.
and I guess the whoever, what's his name,
Oh,
Sheriff
oh, what the
Truman.
other sheriff? Oh yeah, there's two of them, isn't there? There's two Sheriff Trumans.
Well, you had him, and I think I guess he's having it off with like another woman or something. He's being suspicious and talking to some other chick on the phone, and his wife walks in and talks to him. You had Betty's mum from Riverdale. I think her name's Shelley in this. You had her daughter Amanda Seyfried, and that batty kid who we saw earlier, who like got kind of kicked out of the place who was going to interview at. You had them, and they were sniffing. They were doing bumps and driving along. So whatever that leads to. One cool bit that I thought was actually real sick was the advert for the golden shovels. I thought that was sick.
Yeah, I did. See, I did think it because that, unlike the, I don't know whether this was the thing on the old show, but unlike the Michael Sarah thing, where it went on, where it seemed to go on and on and on, and I
Mm,
didn't really get what the punchline was. This one did have a punchline. It's like this entire thing dragged on and on and on. I'm thinking, oh god, this is going to be it again. And then the punchline, I know, all this crap is so the shovel.
mm.
There you go. Thank God.
I thought that was real
That's
good.
how you deliver a joke. Yeah, that was funny.
What else happened? You had the casino thing there with Teabag from Prison Break, where he battered the other guy, and then you had Abracadabra take his job, and it's like, oh yeah, if he comes in here again, which I mean is really doubtful, like whatever, you had that business. So I guess he was annoyed that he'd won all the jackpots.
You had what did the doppel? I couldn't quite figure out what did the doppelganger do? Because you know they were he was in the room and they got a phone call, and all hell broke loose. I'm not quite sure what he did. It's like he set off an alarm or something.
I don't know. Security just went all over the place. Maybe it's his plan to escape. I'm trying to think, like, kind of what allies he's got, because he's kind of screwed at the moment. He's in prison. I mean, it looks like he's not really going anywhere. So I guess that's his like grand escape from prison. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all he did for the episode. Um, Trying to think what else happened.
We saw the hooker. Did she and she I think she posted the keys to the motel. I guess the motel or whatever it is in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, whether that works. See, that's I was thinking to myself, maybe that's the missing thing they're looking for. Do you know, because it had a flick to like the sheriff and stuff like that, and like I know they said it was relevant to his heritage and something like that, but I'm thinking maybe when that key pops up, because that's technically missing because it was in his pocket all the time. So whether they go into whether they get the key and go into the motel room, but I'm thinking, well, I doubt they just closed the motel room for like 24 years and just forgot about it. So whether that key is really means anything or whatever, I don't know.
Okay.
You had the weird thing in the Bang Bang place bar with like the weird guy smoking, and then he grips up that girl.
Oh yeah, blimey.
Yeah, coming on strong. That was a bit random. I don't know where that's going. I thought he was going to get graphic, but he didn't. And then you had the...
Who's that evil? Like, is he possessed by Bob or something? Because really, who's that? Outwardly is evil. It's either a bit over the top.
Well, there's more than one of them, isn't there?
Like more than one Bob.
Well, I swear there's like demons and stuff like that. Like, I swear there's definitely like another one. I forget his name.
I suppose maybe it's the one. Maybe the thing we saw escape in the first episode is one of them.
Could be. So it kind of rounded off with the kind of DNA stuff that they're looking at the fingerprints. Let's talk numbers. That's a kind of rundown for the episode. I was way into it for the first maybe half hour. It started to dip a bit, but not like in a bad way. I kind of like the whole thing kind of bumming around the mystery. There's little like really like it seems like because of the length of the season being 18 episodes, it's at a relaxed pace. In the sense that you're dropping in characters every so often. Obviously, you got Amanda Seyfried and that guy, wherever that's going, and just little bits introducing characters and kind of
Yeah, I've got to be honest. It's making it, for me, although I'm enjoying the show, it's making it a difficult thing to review because it feels like it's all over the place. Not necessarily in a bad way, but there's so much happening with different characters popping in and out. I'm finding it hard to follow like a through line throughout the thing. But as far as this episode goes, I'll give it a 7.5. I thought it was pretty good.
I'll give it an 8. I think it was a way bigger step up than the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Way bigger, because I was waning a bit, but this kind of, it got me where I needed to get to quite quickly. So yeah, I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And this has been The Superhero. Tell 'em.
Bye.